I've got a client, and I was talking to him today, and it made me think of something. It was interesting. This might be a bit controversial, but we've got a client. He's 70 years old. He's made some decent results, but all of my clients, I have them try to do blood work and see if they're healthy, because the gym is only one aspect. I like to make sure that my clients are eating well. They're getting their lifestyle factors like sleep, sun exposure, vitamin deficiencies, blood work, all those things covered, right? Anyway, months ago, he gets his blood results back for testosterone. It took us a long time to get a doctor willing to even just test a 70-year-old man's testosterone. This is how fucked the doctors are nowadays. But 70-year-old man with plenty of symptoms of low testosterone couldn't get a blood test. Eventually we got one, gets the results back. He's significantly hypogonadal, like below 280 mNOR, which basically means he has no fucking testosterone left. Because he's 70 and he's, it just happens sometimes when you're old as shit, right? And you don't take care of yourself. So I say, fuck man, that sucks. Well, when you talk to the doctor about this, what do they say? Like, are they willing to give you replacement therapy or whatever? They said no. Like, they just won't do it. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, did you tell him the symptoms? They said, yeah, like you told him about this and that and the other. I can't, disclose these things, but there was a bunch of symptoms of low testosterone. You can all probably guess what those are. And so I said, all right, well, fuck, like, how come some woman who wants to become a man, and again, I'm not making this political or anything, this is just purely my thought process on this. A woman that wants to become a man, right, can go into the doctors, say, look, I have a psychological condition called gender dysphoria, and it's making me think I'm a man. How come that person is allowed to go get hormones for a psychological issue, something that's deemed a mental illness, which again, no judgment, just saying, like, if someone can do that, then why can a 70-year-old man not go to doctors and say, hey, I need testosterone replacement therapy, right? It just seems outrageous to me. One has no real reason other than a mental health condition. The other person has serious health consequences to the fact they don't have enough testosterone, and they still can't get it. That's fucking wild to me. I was just thinking about it today, and that is like, they're just giving out testosterone like fucking candy to gender dysphoric people, let's say, or estrogen even, with significant health consequences in doing so. Infertility, potential increase of the gender dysphoria, et cetera, but someone that actually genuinely needs it just for the quality of their life can't get it. I thought that was fucking crazy. And then I was thinking, just extrapolating on that, let's say, for example, I or someone has serious body dysmorphia to the point where, I don't have body dysmorphia to this degree, but let's say I was body dysmorphic to the point where I was suicidal, much like a transgender person, right? I had a mental affliction that made me want to be more muscular and bigger, and more functional, and take a hormone that makes my brain function better and be happier, but by consequence makes me larger, which will supposedly help my dysmorphia. It won't, much like it doesn't help for people with gender dysphoria typically. But let's say I did have that. What would be then stopping me from going to the doctors and saying, I have body dysmorphia, it's severely fucking with my head, I need bigger muscles, give me testosterone so I can get bigger? What's stopping me? Well, why can't I do that when someone else can do that? Because there are dudes out there who are so body dysmorphic, it's massively impacting their life to the same degree that gender dysphoria might impact someone who's, you know what I'm saying? So I was just wondering that. And then another, here's the next one, right? I'm not going to get my fucking YouTube channel canceled, but this is just my thought process, so I thought I'd talk about it. Let's say, for example, I don't like my bicep insertions, right? I have shit bicep insertions. There's too much a gap in between here. I've got like a 4-finger gap. It's not quite what I want. Why is it, and bear with me here, why is it someone can get their genitals reassigned, which arguably is far more important an organ or reproductive system than my fucking bicep tendon? Why is it someone can do that? But if I go to the doctor and I said, hey, can I get my bicep reattached further down the arm so I have better muscular insertions? Why can't I do that? It's kind of goofy I can't do that, right? It's not anywhere as life-changing as getting my penis cut off, for example, but I can't do that. I was just thinking about that today and thought it's kind of goofy that we can't, you know, get like muscle insertion surgeries and trenbolone prescriptions from the doctor, and why can't we do that? It seems unfair to me. It seems suspicious. There's something off. Fucking hell, man. That made my ears ring. That was so much blood pressure. I've just done a bunch of sets of pronation, and because this is kind of a new pronation movement, I'm making like insane progress. Like I can't figure out what weight I need, because last session I was doing 35 kilos. Now I'm doing like fucking 45 and it's still too light. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. Well, I do know what's going on. Although I'm conditioned in my pronation, you know, I'm strong at pronation. I've been doing it for years. I've been doing a new movement, so making all these neurological adaptations, which people don't realize that even though you're conditioned to a movement, you're strong in a movement, you have a strong pronator muscle or whatever, if you just slightly tweak a variation, say incline dumbbell press to incline barbell press, you're gonna make all these crazy gains, and you're gonna think it's muscular when in reality it's just fucking neurological. So that's what's going on here. I just spent a bunch of sets trying to figure out where the fuck I am. I'm just gonna overshoot now. I'm going really fucking heavy, and I'm just gonna go one out, all that set to failure. But, I wanted to say, I'm not mad at, like, you know, doctors or people that have gender dysphoria. Like, they're not to be at fault here. Where who's at fault is a higher, you know, scheming situation is what I'll say, basically. And those are the people I'm angry at for, you know, making this shit happen, where a man who is, like, my client's fucking struggling. I see it in his face. I hear it in his words. Just everything about the man is fucking, he's struggling, dude. And it's fucked. It's really fucked when you have this thing in testosterone replacement therapy, for example, where one person actually needs it and will actually benefit and will actually save their life and make them feel so much fucking better. And you have another person who doesn't need it, for one, for any medical reason, and two, it's actually gonna make them feel worse. They're just doing these people a disservice. The statistics on people who take replacement therapy, or HRT in this case, if it's gender dysphoric, and they're improving anything, is fucked. It's like, it only makes things worse, especially if it's testosterone. If it's estrogen, maybe slightly different story, but these people are taking testosterone, trying to be a bit, like, I'm trying not to say keywords here, this fucking video banned, but people who take testosterone for gender dysphoria very, very oftentimes have a detransition story, because, well, when you when you take testosterone, you then realize how hard it is to be a man in general. Being a man is fucking shit. heaps of videos of these people going, wow, being a man sucks. It's lonely and lonely as shit. But not only is it hard to be a man, it's really hard to be a 5'3" man that doesn't have reproductive systems or anything really that makes them a man in essence. That would be even harder. That would fucking, if I was a 5'3" man without a willy and I know my brain wasn't a man's brain in general, I think I'd probably fucking kill myself. So they're only fucking people up like my client who's suffering, and then they're fucking up people like that who are also fucking suffering and make them suffer even harder. No one fucking, it's just so fucking sick, dude. It was just horrible thinking about this today, like really thinking of what what kind of malicious fucking person or people or whatever would be like, yeah, that's a cool idea. We'll fucking, oh, that's the wrong arm. That would be tremendously bad idea to use that arm. It was just, I don't know, it was just fucking sick, man. All right, take this. I'm just gonna go crazy with this set. Oh, fuck. I think it was England or something recently, like, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the comment section that's still watching and not fucking triggered and reported this video, but I think it was England that legalized steroids, which basically means that, you know, anyone can fucking grab steroids, but also people can, you know, get testosterone replacement therapy over the counter. And that one, I don't know, at least then people have free will. Like, if you want testosterone because you think you're a man, then fucking go for it. It's like alcohol. If you want to drink yourself to death, you can. But then also, if you fucking are a 70-year-old man that's massively depressed, go get some testosterone. Very good. It's like fucking Panadol at that point. And I don't know, I think that makes sense. Like, at the same time, obviously now you have fucking, you know, 18-year-olds pinning, well, probably not tren or anything heavy. I don't actually know the logistics of this. I know there's plenty of countries in the world where, you know, steroids are legal. In Thailand and shit, it's well known. Dudes go there to get on cycle because you can get pharmaceutical grade shit, which I also think is a good idea, because if it's legal, then it's pharmaceutical grade, rather than people getting, you know, underground lab shit and not knowing what's in it and fucking, you know, having a bunch of fucking dirty shit in there, injecting into their fucking body and like killing themselves. Like, that's no good. So I'm not really for drugs in a lot of ways, but some areas I get it. And with the steroids, again, I'm not saying that steroids are a good thing either. I've made plenty of videos talking about how steroids are bad, but if you need replacement therapy for a reason, or you just really have to get on that shit, or you want to get on gear just because you want to take steroids, then probably makes sense that if it's just legal, then at least you get the clean stuff. And maybe it's, you know, maybe the doctors, maybe they have like doctors there like specifying that. I don't know. I don't know I would hope that would be the case if they legalized it in England. I should look into this actually. I'm probably talking out my ass, but I'd hope that if they legalized it, you still have to go to a doctor and get it, so they at least tell you some of the basics of taking it or whatever, rather than some, you know, kid fucking just randomly pinning some absorbent amount of fucking steroids and dying or whatever. But yeah, that would probably be a good solution, is if at the very least testosterone replacement dosages were legal. Like, maybe they only give people 3 months supply worth, and if you take more than that, well, then you run out early, and then you don't get the replacement dose. You take a steroid dose, but you run out. So I don't know, maybe like a month dose. I don't know how that would work, but maybe they could regulate it so that you can't get more than a replacement dose every few months or so, and then pretty much you wouldn't be able to take like high levels of test or whatever. I fucking love this exercise. I feel like I've been seeing some extra gains in my extensors from this shit. Yeah. Oh man. One of the more intense exercises I do. It don't look like it, but it is. Oh yeah. Ah, fuck. That is so painful. All right, well, I'm gonna do traps and calves off camera because, neck and calves off camera because I will be doing that way later at night, and I don't want to be talking when I'm doing that because I've got to go pick someone up from work now. So that's just that for today. Anyway, peace out, bye.